Hi, I'm Chris Orr.
And I'm Dave Santina, and this time we're near our own neighborhoods, but still enjoying some outdoor adventure.
There's so much to explore close to home, and that's what we're going to do today. And along the way, we're going to enjoy some of our favorite moments from the past season.
So stick around and enjoy it with us right now on Wild Nevada.
Support for Wild Nevada is provided by the William N. Pennington Foundation.
The Nevada Division of Tourism helps provide inspiration for travelers interested in creating their own Wild Nevada adventures. More information at travelnevada.com.
The June S. Wisham Trust.
Support for Wild Nevada is proudly provided by Land Rover Reno and Land Rover Las Vegas.
Charles and Margaret Burback. Millie Hopper and Millard Reed. And by individual members.
Sometimes we just want to get out of town and have a change of scenery, but travel isn't always possible. That doesn't mean that you can't have an adventure and get outside and get some fresh air and find some beautiful scenery.
That's right, and you can do it closer to home, near your own neighborhood. For example, I've been looking at this little peak right here for years when I'm out going for a walk. Looks like there's a little flagpole on top of it, so my goal for today is to get to the top of that peak and see that flagpole for myself.
Today, I'm headed out on a favorite trail of mine, not too far from home, the Browns Creek Loop Trail. And it should be showing some pretty good fall color about now, so I'm excited to get down the trail and see how the aspen are showing up. I always feel that a view that you hike to, run to, or climb to is even more spectacular. This season, I got the chance to earn a breathtaking view at the end of a favorite activity, which is trail running with my dog Reba. That day we were joined by Eric LaRude of race 178. Hey Eric.
Hi Chris.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So I thought I'd take Reba for a run today, and when I thought about going for a run, I couldn't think of anybody better to run with than yourself. You know, you have been instrumental in bringing recognition to running as a sport and racing and really making Reno and the Tahoe area a destination for runners.
It's been a real passion of mine. I've been having a lot of fun with it for 15 years, so I'm happy to be here today.
Well, we're not going to do any racing today, but I thought we would get Reba out and stretch our legs and do a little training and just enjoy this beautiful location for a run.
Sounds great.
I know that there's something special at the end, so I thought we'd...
Let's do it.
That sounds good.
All right.
Come on, Reba, let's go. Let's go. It's always great to get outside and get in a run, and there's nowhere better for scenic inspiration than Lake Tahoe. As we run, we follow the gentle uphill grade past the Jeffrey and the Sugar Pines. The air smells great, and it's energizing to look out over that water. Meanwhile, Reba has her own perspective of the trail. She might not care as much about the view, but she's having a great time anyway, and of course, enjoying all of those smells from the forest. What a view.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
You know, it is so much fun to come out and come out running with, whether it's a friend or my dog. It's such a different experience than just spending time with somebody. It's when you do something active with them.
Yes, it is. It's a great way to do something meaningful with somebody, and especially when you come out to a place like this. I mean, there's so many great locations in the Reno Tahoe area, and there's trails all around the lake. There's trails all around Reno. Just so many places to get out and enjoy nature, and that's one of the things I really like about running is enjoying the outdoors.
You know, and that's true too, because the terrain's going to change, so you have to be adjustable. You have to be willing to maybe stop and look at the scenery rather than just staring at your feet and at your foot placement all the time.
Yeah, you have to be alert, because you never know when there's going to be a rock you have to jump over, or a ravine or something. So I think it makes you a better runner when you're running on trails. You're more agile, and then you're ready for anything. Any of these environments it's like Disneyland for a dog, you know, so they can't go wrong.
And actually, within the races that you've actually organized races that include dogs, haven't you?
Yes, we have started a race that is dog friendly.
Should we see what we're up to today?
Let's see what we can do.
Okay. Come on, Reba, let's go.
You can get more information about all of the races that Eric puts on at pbsreno.org.
So, you know, when you're running and you hit those uphills,
I take shorter strides. Shorter strides, chop it up.
I just keep telling myself it can't last forever.
Yeah.
This trail is open to hikers, mountain bikers, and runners. After the turn, it's much more of an uphill climb than before. This is the time when conversation ends and concentration begins. Luckily, it isn't far before we approach our destination.
Just absolutely a gorgeous place to run to, huh?
Yep, it sure is. And there's Monkey Rock.
Monkey Rock. Well, I mean, views all the way around, but I figured I had to bring my monkey dog to Monkey Rock, because that's what I call her, my monkey dog.
Yep. And this is just a typical Lake Tahoe spot. You get up on a knob with these rocks, and with a great 360-degree view of Lake Tahoe. This is why I trail run, to discover a place like this. So thank you. What a great spot to be today.
Well, and thank you for coming with us. You know, it's as we were saying, it's such community getting to run with somebody and get to share an experience like this. And it's a great reason to get out with your dog and get out with members of your family and enjoy the day.
Your friends, and absolutely.
So thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, I'm making some progress toward my goal, but the terrain is getting rockier here and it's starting to go uphill, so this may be a little bit more challenging than I expected. This is not a feeling that is new to me, however. Earlier this season, we visited the Walker River State Recreation Area, a brand new facility that's beautiful with a lot to offer, including kayaking on the river. And that sounds fantastic, right? Doesn't sound all that challenging. Well, just watch.
It is a nice way to get from top up here down to the park.
So how many miles are we going to be kayaking?
About 6 miles today.
And so do you guys have plans for more?
Oh yeah, we have big plans to expand. So if you look at a map of the park, we extend along the East Walker. We have parcels all along here. We want to connect them at some point.
So ultimately, the water trail that's now 6 miles will be how long?
50 miles.
I don't think my arms are ready for that yet, but I think I can do 6 miles. That'll be a lot of fun.
A lot of it is just about steering today. We're not trying to propel ourselves downstream because it's already taken care of it. The biggest challenges we have today will be just the overhanging trees.
I already love this.
There you go, paddle out of that, paddle out of that. There you go. So your kayak might rub a little bit here in the shallow water.
Okay.
It's okay. Just try to keep your nose pointed down.
Well, I did that wrong.
Turn around, there you go.
Ah!
Paddle, other side, other side. There you go. Oh, you're right into the current, right. Paddle on the other one.
Okay there?
Paddle, paddle, paddle that way. Other side, other side.
There you go.
Other side?
It'll spin you back.
Whoop! I'm right here by you.
Okay.
Coming.
No, don't paddle. Do your brake. Just put it in there. Brake on the other side. Just brake. So brake is just like that. Good.
Hey, at least I got out of it.
Hey, that was pretty good.
The cottonwoods and the cattails, it's a beautiful stretch.
It is a nice stretch. It's really peaceful. You see a lot of wildlife here.
The current is not too difficult, and with the easy pace we're keeping, I'm able to get a feel for the kayak and the river. What a great way to see the area.
Meanwhile, I feel like I got this kayaking thing down. I mean, the water's doing most of the work anyway. I just got to steer a little bit. And what was the one thing Randy said we got to look out for? Overhanging something? Oh, right. That's what I get for not paying attention. I deserved it.
I got into a bush and it was just all on me, and I realized as I leaned to get out of the way that I've gone too far, and I went over.
Thanks for letting us stop for a second so I can dry off a little bit. I'm a little soggy, but you know what? I consider that a public service. So remember, don't get happy. When you think you got it figured out, you might not. So I learned my lesson.
So this is kind of a landmark on the water trail.
So this is Skull Rock. It came about because we had a name point. We just didn't want to name it, Point B takeout. So we were looking at all, maybe Cottonwood takeout, something about the area. Sure. And we had a staff member at the time say, hey, why don't we just name it Skull Rock? Because there's a rock right behind us that looks just like a skull.
Okay. There you go.
So, yeah, this is a really slow section. So if you're floating, if you have an inflatable, this is where we recommend you go. If you're new at kayaking, put in here because it gives you plenty of time to learn how to kayak, how to turn, how to navigate.
It's a great idea. You have sort of a training course right here, starting from Skull Rock.
Yes.
All right, so back in and down the road here, huh?
That's the plan.
Okay, let's do.
Here at the north end of the trail, we pass the sunflowers and the scenery changes as the overhanging trees and bushes give way to tall grass and cattails. Accidental dunkings aside, the experience really makes you feel connected to nature.
We ended at the Riverbend takeout. Currently, it's our last takeout on the river. We're currently working, though, to extend our trip here another 2 miles.
2 miles. So if you put in where we started today, you'd go a total of what, 8?
8 miles, yeah.
Okay, and then what's your dream for the future?
Dream, we're talking big dreams.
What would you like this to ultimately be?
I want this to be a multi-day kayaking trip. So you start way over by Bridgeport, you kayak, you get to the Flying M. Once that opens up, you camp there. And the lodging we have there, you put back in the next day, you go again to the next cabins or the lodging we have at Rafter 7, you take out, you have a nice comfortable bed to sleep in. That's my big dream.
I'm about 2.5 miles into the loop trail, and the aspen have been popping along the way, really showing off this year. And the creek is still running. It's so good to hear the water. It's such a joy on this part of the trail. And the creek is fed in part by the winter snowpack. And that reminds me of some of the fun that we had on the snow this past season, including a day snowshoeing up on Carson Pass.
We're set. Ready to roll? We're going to be going south for about 2 miles, generally following the route of the Pacific Crest Trail.
After you.
Thank you.
I see that little blue sign with an arrow pointing to the left. I take it that's one of the Pacific Crest Trail signs?
Yeah, those blazes are pretty handy, and they'll kind of help us get through the forested part of the hike anyway. But you can kind of follow along. You'll see little blue diamonds along the path. But you should definitely have a map or GPS, or better yet, both.
This trail has sections that feel pretty challenging on snowshoes, and it makes me wonder about how it feels in the summer when this frozen landscape turns green and so many hikers follow the Pacific Crest Trail all the way from Mexico to Canada, or vice versa. This is a true year-round attraction.
We're pretty high in elevation, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we started out at about 8,600 feet, and we'll probably go to maybe 8,900 feet.
When you're at this elevation, you really got to pay attention to the conditions, don't you?
Yeah, you do, and you can tell it's even changing as we're walking. Soft to firm to icy to soft. And also, if it's really powdery, that means it probably snowed recently. And so you're going to want to be conscious of what's above you in terms of, are you walking through any avalanche terrain? One of the things you want to watch out for, like what we have here, is anything where there's like a big object, like a tree or boulder or bushes or something, and snow falls on it, you can have these air pockets underneath that are not as supportable as the snow that you're walking on. And that's just something you want to watch out for whenever you're out on the snow. These snow wells can be pretty deep, especially around standing trees.
So one of those reminders that snow's fun, you just got to be careful.
Oh, that is impressive. I feel like I'm looking at the Matterhorn.
There's such a temperature change between the sun and the shade when you get it back into the trees.
I know, I just bounce back and forth between roasting hot and
Yeah.
chilly.
I'm with you. I'm ready to lose a layer myself.
Have to say, Ben, you take us to some pretty nice places.
Yeah, this one is tough to beat.
Whoa, look at this. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, it's really pretty.
So here's a really good spot where we finally opens up and we can kind of look at the landscape and see where we are and see where we're going to be going.
Our target is straight ahead, up that rise and down to the foot of the mountain.
I wonder if Snowshoe Thompson felt like this. He was wearing wooden tennis rackets on his feet at the time, I'm sure.
And had a big pack of mail.
It's only a little over 2 miles from the parking area to Winnemucca Lake, but you'd think it was longer just because of the variety of landscapes we've seen in a short distance. Snowshoes also have a way of making a hike feel more like an epic adventure. We come over a rise and our destination is revealed.
There it is,
Hey,
Winnemucca Lake.
we made it.
Yeah, it's a pretty incredible place. It's so amazing that it's right here in our backyard.
This is gorgeous. What a beautiful spot.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
is practically perfect.
In every way. This is a real winter wonderland.
Feels like you're in a movie about the Alps or something when you're out here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see why Carson Pass is such a great destination for people out of Reno or Carson. There's just so much up here to see all year round.
Thank you for bringing us here. I want to come back in the spring or summer now and see the difference and enjoy it that way. It's getting really rocky, really steep as we get near the top here. You know, this hike today reminds me a little bit of a hike we took north of here near Massacre Rim. That's in the middle of the dark sky territory. And as memorable as that hike was, my favorite part of that trip was what came later after it got dark. We're quite a few miles away from where we hiked earlier. I think it was that direction, but
It's too dark to tell.
good luck. It's already pretty dark, and we're just getting started here. Why this area for dark sky viewing?
Well, we saw it as we drove out of Cedarville, came up and over the hill, saw a couple little lights by Via, and then we put those in the rearview mirror and drove for another 15 miles or so, and we haven't seen a light on the road or around the road since.
It is amazing when you look away from any sort of light source, because it's nothing. It's truly just dark.
Well, that is because your eyes are not adjusted to the dark yet.
So how can we help ourselves adjust and be able to enjoy it?
Well, we have white light on us now, which causes our pupils to constrict, causes our eyes to adapt to bright light. To fix that, we need to shift our lights.
So how do we do it?
We do it by moving to red light.
Oh, so that's why you gave us these.
That's it. Yeah.
So we turn these guys on, and now we are.
Is that red?
Yeah.
Good.
So what does the red light do?
By shifting to red, or shifting away from that daylight color of light, and it allows our eyes to start slowly adjusting. There's another aspect of darkness too, and that is, you know, we are creatures of this earth. And for most of our existence as humans, for the last 50,000 years, we have lived in these patterns of daylight and darkness. Our bodies need that. And with all the artificial lights we bring into our life, we're not getting that. They find out when people get out into the wilderness, one of the best remedies they get is having dark nights. And when that happens, your body's circadian rhythm starts kicking in, you're resting better at night, and you just feel better.
So if you're going to go out and have a dark sky experience, or go out and explore dark skies, what are some of the things we can do?
Well, one of the amazing things today is the cameras that we have. Even our cell phones have really good cameras. And they can take dark sky pictures, because what's going to happen is our eyes adjust to the darkness and open up. You're going to see incredible things out there. You can capture that with your camera. Dark sky photography allows you to take a little longer exposures, and it'll capture even more than you see.
What did you bring tonight to capture that?
Well, I've got my DSLR camera. So the first thing I did is I rolled up the ISO to about 3200. Then I've got the aperture at f2.8, which is just wide open. And then I've got 15 seconds up here for the exposure. And then you just let it go. And 15 seconds later, it'll flash up with the image on the screen.
This is how Kirk's time-lapse recording turned out.
Kirk and the Friends of Nevada Wilderness shared some of the photos and video they've taken of night skies over the years, and you can see that even though everyone is looking at the same sky, the result of their photography is anything but redundant.
I brought a small telescope so we can zoom in. We have Jupiter's up there, very clear, Saturn's on the side, a little bit of Scorpio. And with a telescope, we should be able to see some of the banding on Jupiter and possibly the rings on Saturn. And it's a very small telescope. You don't need much. Binoculars, if you've got a good pair of binoculars, you can just lay back and just prowl the skies.
Oh, that's cool.
And those binoculars will 10 times as many stars as you can see with the naked eye.
I can't wait to see the sky light up. This is going to be great. So we probably should turn off the bright lights that are in our faces and check it out.
I guess if we want to see things light up, we actually have to shut down, right?
Yeah,
we do.
Unfortunately.
All right.
All right.
Give your eyes that time to adjust, and we'll see what we can see.
Cool.
All right, cool. That's Jupiter up there. It's not real sharp, but you can definitely see the ball and see the 3 moons off to either side.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah, and that's just a really small telescope.
That is really neat. You know, and part of the experience too is I can hear the coyotes starting to sing out there. It's just a cool way to enjoy the night.
Well, the other thing is, you know, you can see pictures of all these planets, you know, all the time. Google and you'll find thousands of pictures of these. But to actually look up, see a star, look through a telescope and say, it's really there. This is me seeing it with my eye, with a little help.
And to be able to just glance up and the Milky Way's right there.
Yeah.
Our camera crew is made up not only of videographers, but also still photographers. Martine, Tim, and Joey all have their own cameras, and they each take a shot at photographing this incredible sky.
Well, I made it to the top, and yes, there is a flag here. It's an American flag. This one's in bad shape, but it is an American flag. And from up here, the view is really spectacular. I'm sure you can see a little bit of it around me here. So this alone made it worth coming out today. What a beautiful place, and what a nice way to spend the day. So Chris, how did your adventure go?
Well, Dave, it looks like we both ended our trails at a little bit of an incline. Mine's enough to get my heart pumping and really make my legs feel like they earned that view of Washoe Valley over my shoulder.
I hope we've inspired you to look around your home and find an adventure.
We also hope that you enjoyed a look back at some of our favorite moments from the past season.
For more information on this or any of our adventures, visit our website at pbsreno.org.
Thanks for traveling along with us, and until our next trip, here's hoping you can enjoy some wild Nevada adventures of your own.
Support for Wild Nevada is provided by the William N. Pennington Foundation.
The Nevada Division of Tourism helps provide inspiration for travelers interested in creating their own wild Nevada adventures. More information at travelnevada.com.
The June S. Wisham Trust.
Support for Wild Nevada is proudly provided by Land Rover Reno and Land Rover Las Vegas.
Charles and Margaret Burback. Millie Hopper and Millard Reed. And by individual members.